One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Trump, everybody they know, they gonna vote for Donald Trump, that's the way it goes. All over America, all over the USA, they voted for Donald Trump, that's what I'm trying to say. Election is over, everyone can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country. Election is over, everyone can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country. I want to make America great again.
Woo!
I want to lower the taxes. I want to bring all American business back from overseas back to the USA, baby.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah, Donald Trump is now president of your country. Election is over, everybody can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country. Election is over, everyone can see. Donald Trump is now the president of your country.
Senator's been giving me a lot of good advice. I'm looking forward to a hearing. Folks have been very supportive
They've been saying we're going to get a fair process, so it's a great day of momentum for the Trump-Vance administration.
Any reaction to the ethics committee? They said they're not going to release the report after their meeting today, at least at this point. Any response?
I'll be honest with you. I've been focused on what we got to do to reform the Department of Justice. I've been meeting with senators. I haven't been paying much attention to that.
Have you briefed President Trump at all?
I haven't talked to the president today, but had a great time with the vice president-elect talking about how we're going to end weaponization at the Department of Justice. We're going to tackle fentanyl. We're going to ensure that we don't have the DOJ involved in censorship anymore, and make sure that we get the country back on track and are there for President Trump's total fulfillment of his promises on an immigration agenda.
Are you confident you can get confirmed by the Senate? Do you feel like
it was a great day?
But I'm pretty confident that Matt Gaetz is going to get through. I think all the president's nominees are going to get through.
You have said in the past that you feel that the FBI and DOJ are both ripe for reform. If we ask you to put back on your AG hat for a moment, which in particular aspects of them both would you reform?
Well, I think it's been politicized to a degree we've never seen before. This DOJ has gone after Catholics. It's gone after parents who showed up to school board meetings under the auspices of the Patriot Act. It's engaged in lawfare to put its chief political rival in jail for the rest of his life. This is Banana Republic kind of stuff. So I think DOJ, we got to get back to a place where it's respected and also get back to fighting violent crime.
I was shocked by the nomination, given the many allegations, but that's why it's important that the Senate go through its process of making sure that we have a background check.
This is why Matt Gaetz is not going to be the Attorney General. Just so you know that. I just wanted you to hear that. That is why. That's specifically why.
We have a Senate investigation which involves extensive interviews and questionnaires and then a public hearing.
We have breaking news this hour. Matt Gaetz is stepping down from his nomination to Attorney General of the United States. Many said this was the most contentious of the nominations made by former President Trump. And he has announced categorically that he will not be seeking confirmation to the post of Attorney General. Here are his words. I had an excellent meeting with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. There's no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. I remain fully committed to seeing that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. Look, Griff, this was quick. I mean, the appointment.
You guys always seem to get all the breaking news, right, on America Report. So this brand new news breaking just moments ago on social media, and we're trying to see exactly what's going to happen here in Palm Beach, Florida at Mar-a-Lago, where the Trump transition team is working hard as this all just came out. I just got off the phone a short time ago with a member of the Trump transition team who is telling me they want to make something very clear here, that they say former Representative Matt Gaetz came to this conclusion on his own to drop out. Okay, so that just coming into our newsroom a short time ago. They say, though, in this post, according to the former president and now President-elect Trump, this: I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be Attorney General. He was doing very well, but at the same time did not want to be a distraction for this administration, for which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do. But this comes, as Chad was explaining, after he seemed pretty optimistic just yesterday. I mean, it was just hours ago out there in Capitol Hill, walking around the Capitol Hill area in those hallways with a smile on his face, saying that he thought the meetings went well, but then posted that he had incredible support, but that the momentum was strong, but it was just becoming a big distraction. So distraction seems to be the name of the game here as this Attorney General pick kind of came to the surface. What's going to be next? I asked the Trump transition team about that. Well, since the news only broke about 20 minutes ago, they're still trying to figure out what's going to be next in terms of a short list and going through more and more interviews. Before Gaetz, though, we know Senator Mike Lee, a Republican of Utah, he was named as one of the top possible picks. Also, John Ratcliffe, a former director of national intelligence. So there's some other names that are rolling into the newsroom. But back out here live, the Trump transition team telling Fox News moments ago that former Representative Matt Gaetz came to this conclusion on his own. They say it was not forced. It was just becoming such a huge distraction that he made this decision. So now back to the drawing board we go, and that drawing board is at Mar-a-Lago.
Yep, back to the drawing board we go. Or are we? You see, I don't know. And what you're finding out today, I'm sure you watched the news, I'm sure you've clicked on other channels, I'm sure you've watched YouTube and looked at Twitter, and the one thing that you must understand at this point, nobody knows what the hell is going on. Nobody. Anyone who tells you they do, they're lying to you. You just watched the sitting member of Congress go, he's going to get confirmed. You saw all kinds of people saying he's going to get confirmed. Nobody knew. Not only would he not get confirmed, he wouldn't even continue with the process. He would bail out. So I don't know. I know some of you guys are looking to Barry. You got some information? No, today's show is going to be about, or the segment here about Matt Gaetz is going to be about what ifs. Because right now, we're looking from the outside in. We're watching this game take place. And make no mistake, it is a game. Something is going on. Do we? I know. No. Do you know? Nope. Nobody knows. Even the most highly paid people in news, even the people with the most biggest audience on YouTube or Rumble, nobody knows shit. That's the one constant you can have right now. Not me, not Benny, not Steve Bannon, not Jack Posobiec, not Dan Bongino. Nobody knows anything. Which makes me feel kind of good, because that means there's only a close-knit number of people who really know what the hell is going on. Was it a plan? Did something happen? I don't know. But I'm going to give you a clue. And that one clue, which you'll see play out, if you see another name offered up as the Attorney General before the end of the day, then it was a plan. If you see it take a week or so before another name is put up, then you'll realize it wasn't a plan. That's the thing you can take away from this entire debacle of whatever it was. And so now the chess pieces are being moved all over the board. I saw this posted by a guy named DC Drano, and I love it because it's completely honest. 99% of the time, I usually know what's going on. This Gaetz withdrawal is the 1%. Nothing makes sense right now. And I'm old enough to remember that if nothing makes sense, then everything makes sense. If you understand there. Because smart people can make sense of certain moves. Again, I'll go to a sports analogy. I know if it's 3rd and 1 and you got a certain player in, you're probably going to run this play. I know if you're a batter and there's a 3-2 count and there's a guy on first base, I'm pretty sure what pitch you're going to throw. That's why Hall of Fame hitters get into the Hall of Fame with only a 3 out of 10 rating of success. You hit 300 in baseball for your career, you're going to the Hall of Fame. 300 is a 3 out of 10 success because of the probabilities. Right now, the probabilities, the only indicator I would have is if you hear a quick person show up as the next nominee. That means there was somebody already in the bullpen warming up. You're not going to have a name picked, vetted, and understood what's going to be the response if it's just in a couple of hours. If it's in a couple of hours, then you know for sure this was a plan all along. What the plan was, I can't tell you. Was it to sniff out who the opposition was? Possibly, but then why don't you just go with the recess appointment? Which he still could do. You see, there's really nothing that has changed as of right now. I don't know if anyone has told you that. There is nothing that is the confirmation or affirmative that says Matt Gaetz couldn't be the Attorney General. Anyone else tell you that? There's nothing that would say that Matt Gaetz wouldn't go back to Congress and take his seat. I'm going to prove that to you. Would he be in the Senate? Is he going to take Rubio's spot down here in Florida? There's all kinds of stuff happening right now, and maybe they just put his name out there to see what would happen and see where the snakes are. If I can determine where the snakes are, then I know where the enemies are. You see, one of the things I had in mind the entire time is, as of today, the Democrats control the process. They've got 50 people in the Senate. Kamala Harris is the tiebreaker. What do you think the likelihood of Matt Gaetz getting confirmed before Trump was inaugurated anyway? What is the likelihood of anybody getting confirmed before Trump gets in? The numbers didn't change because of the election. The numbers don't change until you got the 53 people in the seat. So Trump's naming all these people, and I'm not even sure or not even understanding why you would proceed with confirmation right now when you know you're fighting an uphill battle. Why wouldn't you wait till, I don't know, January 21st, when you've got the hammer of 53 senators? When you have the hammer of 53, it doesn't matter. They can't stop you. You have the power in the Senate, and if it goes to a tiebreaker, you have the, J.D. Vance, the vice president, is the president of the Senate. So effectively, you got 54 votes come January 21st. Why would you run it now when you don't have the majority? Has anyone even addressed that? I haven't heard anybody address that. Why would you put this shit out there now? It's almost doomed to fail. They hold the majority, plus you got the rhinos. So there's really no way you're going to get anything through. I'm sure Trump had to know that. I'm sure every pontificator had to know that. There's no surprise. Jack Posobiec, posted this. Do you really think we're just up against the Democrats? No. We're up against the current Democrats and the current Republicans. So if you know this, now that you do, if you didn't, now you sit back and go, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why in the hell would you even bother putting him out there like a sacrificial lamb, knowing what was going to happen? Same thing's going to happen to Pete Hegseth. Same thing's going to happen to Tulsi Gabbard. Same thing may happen to RFK Jr. We don't have control of the Senate right now. So what the hell is everybody talking about? The Democrats currently control the process. That's why they're pushing through all of these judges. The Republicans can't stop them. They can try and hold up and see if you can get 50-50, but then that's why Kamala Harris is in Hawaii. She didn't go to Hawaii talking to Chuck Schumer and say, hey, you think I need to be here to make sure I get these judges in? You get these judges in for Joe? No, we got it. Okay, well, I'm out, all right? Yeah. There's a reason why Ted Cruz and Mike Braun and people were screaming, hey, listen, they didn't even show up for the hearings for these judges that Biden is putting through. Okay, maybe everybody knew what the score of the game was before it was played. Maybe everybody went, hey, if it goes 50-50, my two votes, Mike Braun and Ted Cruz, were like, hey, if it goes 50-50, Kamala, they can just hold it and say, come on, fly back. As she fly back, gavel it, and it's over anyway. It's futile. Hey, she's on vacation. She would not have gone on vacation if she knew she was the deciding vote on any of this stuff. They all know. There's no surprises here. So the only surprise is, why would you subject Matt Gaetz to all this crap now, knowing full well he wasn't going to get approved. Why would any Democrat approve Matt Gaetz prior to your team taking the home field? Doesn't make any sense. And when it doesn't make any sense, then you have to ask yourself why. And then you get people like this, Mike Lawler, who is a Republican person in Congress. And he posted this on his Twitter file. Justice has been served. And he shows McCarthy with the laser eyes. McCarthy being the same person who Matt Gaetz took out. And this guy's celebrating. What the hell are you celebrating? And why would you let people know we got him? Interesting. Did you find that interesting? Why these people are outing themselves, like Susan Collins and Murkowski and all these people? You don't think Trump knew that? Where's this one? I wanted to show you something in terms of how the vote went. Okay, if I can get to it, I had it picked here. Anyway, I didn't have it. But they didn't have Murkowski. They didn't have Susan Collins. They didn't have the guy from Utah who's out there. And they didn't have Mitch McConnell. So you lost 4. You were down 4. You were down 4 points in a 50-point game. There's no way. And I'm not sure if people have really thought this out. Because there's 50 and there's 49. Let me see if I can bring up the current senatorial map. Current, so I can show you. The senatorial map. Okay. Map and statistics, Senate. Okay, I'm trying to find it so I can show you this, where it is right now. Senate map, current Senate map. All right. If I could find this thing. Because they control all the committees and everything. I can't find the map. But you can probably look it up and find it somewhere. And you would see that these people haven't taken office yet. They're not even sworn in. So looking at the Senate calendar and everything else, it's not even happening. Calendar of business. Here we go. Calendar of business. These are the consent orders and everything else. 118th Congress second session. But in any event, if you look at the map, Senate control is changing, but it hasn't changed as of yet. You know, McCormick didn't get to vote. The power isn't where it's supposed to be. So because of that, what if, and somebody posted this, what if, ladies and gentlemen, your new Attorney General, and it ends up being J.D. Vance? What if Trump takes J.D. Vance from VP, makes J.D. Vance the Attorney General, and then can do something else and name that person Vice President? There are so many chess moves here that it's almost hard to calculate what could happen. People are saying make Clarence Thomas the AG and then name somebody else once you take over to go into the Supreme Court. But you obviously couldn't do that until you got control of the Senate. So why are we talking about it now? It doesn't make any sense. J.D. Vance, or whoever the vice president is going to be in January 20th, is not the vice president now. The president of the Senate is Kamala Harris. That's why these judges are getting pushed through. These judges are getting pushed through left and right. And so I love what this guy said. This is Brendan Dilley. Social media is manic over Matt Gaetz. Tells me that many people have not read The Art of the Deal. So that's giving Trump credit. That's giving Trump credit and saying all of this is orchestrated. I don't know. But it just seems like when too many things don't make sense, they would have to be in complete disarray. Complete disarray. You're basically handing Matt Gaetz' scalp to the enemy. And I cannot fathom, I will not accept that Trump would do that. And so when he said, the art of the deal, and I'm like, okay, what deal are we talking about? Oh, here it is. So here are the senators right now. Susan Collins, John Curtis from Utah, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitch McConnell. He didn't have the support. It wasn't the Democrats who did him in. Yet. It was these four. And so now they've raised their head. They've shown Trump, we're not going to go along with your stuff. So he knows there's 4 people on this list, because it came out later on that he had the support of all the Republicans. Somehow, with his meetings yesterday, he had the support of all of the Republicans. It still wouldn't have been enough. I hope you're seeing that at this point, that it still wouldn't have been enough. I gotta find this Senate power. Let me see if I can find that thing. 2024 doesn't show it. Don't have the map. I wish the map would show everything, but it would show all the seats that were held and everything else. But you can look it up. In any event, maybe I'll find it in a little while. That happened. Then read something like this. What if I told you that Senator Matt Gaetz was the plan all along? And this was to fish out who would and who wouldn't be loyal to President Trump. Game, set, match. I can't say game, set, match because I don't know. That could happen. But then we also heard Laura Trump was going to take Rubio's spot. So something isn't quite right. And there's a lot of people out there just wondering and posting and saying different things out there. And I'm sure you guys have a ton of questions. Then this one came up. There's a high degree of likelihood that this was always the plan to clear the path for Todd Blanche, his attorney that fought in New York. Terrified Dems badly enough so Trump's personal attorney becomes a reasonable alternative. I can literally show you 100 of these posts. 100. But do any of them actually matter at this point until we find out what the real play is going to be? And Jesse Davis is absolutely right. They're going to go for Hegseth next. They are definitely going to, if he is put up there and they ask to start the hearings and start the wheel going, they're going to go for Pete Hegseth. So why would you do it? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I love this post by the clandestine one. I have no idea what to make of the Gaetz situation. It seems like this is something that should have been thoroughly vetted and handled long before he was ever in consideration. I agree. Ultimately, I trust Elon and Trump's vision. Interesting how he lumped those two people together. But this isn't a great look in my opinion. True. However, we learned later that there was some sort of method to the madness, but as of right now, I'm not seeing it. This is a very honest post, and I concur. The only positive spin I could put on it would be that maybe this was designed to draw out the Democrats and the media fire in order to mitigate the negative press about the rest of Trump's appointees. Gaetz is such a polarizing figure, maybe he was selected to serve as a lightning rod for mainstream media hit pieces. I have no proof of this, I'm just spitballing. That's what every single person is doing right now. All the way to the biggest podcaster, to everyone on Fox News, nobody knows what the hell happened. Because if they did, they would have known he was going to do this. And they didn't. The AG is arguably the most important cabinet selection. I can't imagine Trump and his surrounding cast would have gone into this situation not knowing this was a possibility. I trust they have a plan, but this situation does not look great from an optics perspective at the moment. Which means optics perception is right now the media is having a field day. Oh, they can't get enough. Oh, Trump got beat. We beat you, Trump. We took you down. Oh, you see the power that we have? You don't think Trump knew that? You don't. The one person who knows what skeletons are in their closet is that person. You know, right now, what you have in your closet. What bones are back there. Matt knew what bones he had. And I have to believe, as close as he's been to Trump, that he has said, these are the bones in my closet. In addition, I'm pretty sure Trump bent him over with a magnifying glass and said, let me see what's up there. If you believe that, like I believe that, then this seems to be a show. A show. Are you not entertained? Because this is obviously not what it appears. Nobody knows what's going on. This guy resigned his seat, stepped into the line of fire, and then backed out. He had to know what was in his closet, good and bad. He had to know the media was going to come after him. He had to know that the rhinos were going to come after him. He had to know that McCarthy would come for him, and McConnell. Everybody. There was no... He had to know all this, and Trump had to know. So if all these people knew, oh, they hate Matt Gaetz. Whew, this is going to be... How surprised were you when you heard it was Matt Gaetz that got picked for the Attorney General? I was shocked. I remember when it came up, I'm like, oh my God. I went, oh my God. Did he really just pick Matt flipping Gaetz? Oh, it's going to make heads explode. We all talked about it. There's tons of comments. We were flabbergasted. And we're like, oh, this is going to be fun. They're going to light Washington on fire. But why? Why would he back out now? Mike Cernovich is funny. He goes, Republican senators regularly cross over the vote with Democrats to confirm radical Biden regime nominees. Check the roll call votes for Garland and Mayorkas. The enemy is within. He's absolutely right. Susan Collins and Murkowski both voted for Mayorkas, and they both voted for Garland. In addition to that, McConnell and Murkowski and Susan Collins voted for the veritable village people that Biden put into the cabinet. You know who these people are. You know the guy who was stealing luggage, and the other guy who's dealing with the health, and he's a transformer. They voted for all these people. They voted for the village people. They voted for her. They voted for Pete Buttigieg. They voted for all of them. Oh yeah, that's fine. We give you what you want. Like, why? Why did they do that? And why wouldn't you want Matt Gaetz? He's not stealing luggage, women's luggage. He's not doing that. Something is amiss here. We're not. The crystal ball needs some shining because I can't see inside of it what's going on. And then I saw this one, and I wonder how many of you really grasp this. Just a reminder, Matt Gaetz only resigned his seat from the 118th Congress. This one. But he was just reelected to serve in the 119th, which doesn't begin till January. So Matt Gaetz is still in Congress. He's a representative elect. He did not say, I withdraw from the Attorney General and I withdraw and cancel my seat in Congress. I didn't even know that. And I just wait a second. Wait. So wait a minute. You're telling me this guy withdrew from the Congress that's in session now, but he's already reelected for the next one, but he hasn't walked away from that. Well, let you read that again. Matt Gaetz resigned from being a Senate, his seat in the 118th Congress. But he's just reelected to be a congressman in the 119th. That doesn't start till January. I can't make no sense of all this. So Matt Gaetz can just go back to Congress and I'm going to take my 119th. What? Yeah, I'm still here, y'all. I'm right here. I quit for the next 2 months. Why would you quit for the next 2 months? Well, everyone was talking in the news how by him quitting, the ethics complaint and all that stuff immediately went away, right? You know that. They were going to do all these ethics complaints against him in the 118th. And in the 118th, he walks away from. And then he comes back in the 119th, and it's all good. There is no ethics complaint. It's a whole different Congress. Y'all going to start this shit up again? I'm just going to take my seat here. Yeah, he can do that. Was this all a ruse to save him? Because I don't know, the numbers are slim in the House. Remember, Trump took a whole bunch of people to go to Washington with him. Lee Stefanik, these people were no longer in the Senate. It's razor thin. If the ethics complaint went through and they did something like they did to the other guy and throw him out, then, oh boy, now what do we do? But now the ethics complaint is gone and he can take his seat back at the 119th. You didn't think of that, did you? Neither did I. I'm not going to take credit for it until I read it right there, until I read what this guy said and how he posted it. I didn't know that. And I'm thinking, if that's what this was, if that was to save his seat, if that was the secret that they were talking about, we're going to name you for something. They're going to cancel the ethics complaint against you. They're going to go crazy because you're the AG, and then you're going to quit and go back in January. I got you. Now let's go with what we were really going to go with. Just look at that. Matt Gaetz only resigned for the 118th. He was elected to serve in the 119th, which doesn't even begin in January. I didn't see the letter. I don't know who's seen the letter. But if that letter doesn't say, I'm also resigning for the 119th, Matt Gaetz is going right back where he was. And that is chess. That is a chess match that nobody saw coming. Not me, and not any of the other people that you watch. And if they said they saw that coming, they're lying. They're completely lying. They got egg on their face because now everyone's like, oh, wait a minute. So can he go back? Yeah, he can go back. Congress is sworn in on January 5th. Oh, he can go right back. And one moment later, Gaetz is in Mar-a-Lago exposing all the criminals. Remember, he went to all the meetings. Trump had him, hey, go to all the meetings, talk to these people, tell me what they're saying. Let me know who the scumbags are. We'd like to know who the scumbags are who can oh, I'd never vote for you. Okay. Got it. Go to the next meeting. Oh, okay, got it. And then he just goes back in. Arizona Senator John who died in a car crash this morning. Wow, that sucks. LOD 5D chest. And understand, I'm not saying that is what's going on. I'm just saying there's so many possibilities here that none of us know what's happening behind door number 1. Door number 2, he goes back to Congress. Door number 1, he gets appointed into recess. I have no idea. But it's not what everybody is saying it is. It's not, the curtain didn't drop. That's the part that I want you to focus on. It's like, wait. Something happened. He withdrew. And now, where are we? See, that's a question you have to ask yourself and answer. Okay, so he withdrew his name from consideration. Right. What does that mean? And when you take it to that point and go, yeah, he withdrew his nomination, and only thing that Trump posted, let me see if I can pull it up. Trump just wrote one paragraph, basically. I'm not sure if you've seen it, so we'll go ahead and put that up there so you can see it yourself. He says, I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be Attorney General. He was doing very well, but at the same time did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future. How would Trump know what wonderful future Matt Gaetz has? When you break down the words people use, Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do. What great things and what future? What do you know about his future? Because right now, his future looks like shit. Because the way the news is posturing, the way the story is on social media, is he just got kicked out of being the Attorney General and he resigned from Congress. His future looks like crap. The normal person would be like, I don't want that future. You got no job. You got nothing. You got booted as Attorney General and you lost your seat in Congress. So what is the wonderful future, using Trump's words, wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do. This man doesn't just type stuff or tell people to put stuff. He's very, 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 very definitive in the words he uses. Always. So when you take all of this into account, and you read what he wrote, and you watch what Matt Gaetz did, and so the question that you'll only have to ask yourself and others is, what's different today than it was yesterday? And I really mean that. Because all he did was remove his name from consideration today. Today, while the Democrats are in power, he removed his name from consideration today. January 6th, 20th, whatever, I'm back in. What do you mean? You said you didn't want it. I changed my flipping mind. Okay, I'm back. Or not. All I'm trying to get you to basically understand is there's not much different at all. It's a piece of paper. Oh, I withdraw now. Stop talking to me about it. Stop doing interviews. We're done playing all that. And I'm going to go on vacation until, for a couple of weeks here. Because I have a wonderful future. And Trump says, enjoy the show. I look forward to watching all the great things you're about to do. To me, that's like getting fired at work and somebody saying, you got a great future ahead of you. What are you going to do? I have no idea. I have no prospects. People think I've been diddling little girls and everything else. Who's going to hire me? I'm done. But Trump just told you that he has a wonderful future and he's going to enjoy watching what happens. See, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who digs into words, not listen to all the craziness on social media, not listen to all the craziness in the media, and I listen to what people say and what they do, and I try to boil down to the actual point of all this. And when I tried to dig into the point of all of it, I couldn't get a final answer. I couldn't come up with any finality whatsoever. I mean, there's tons of posts out there. What if this? What if that? What if Ken Paxton? What if Andrew Bailey? What if Kash Patel? Blah, blah, blah. But all of that means absolutely nothing. Love to hear what you guys think about this. This here, Relax Patriots. Yeah. You read between the lines because the lines are right there. Gaetz' appointment revealed that senators who would stand against him. Yep, absolutely. Gaetz is on concussion protocol. Trump is smart as hell. He's going to stop World War III. I'm going to show you something about that. Ted Cruz is Attorney General. The bottom line, what some of you are seeing here, is that Trump still holds all the cards. All he did was flip the first one over and say, hey, what do you think about this, jack of clubs? And they all went nuts. All the media, everybody, blah, 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 blah. And then he just put the card back in the deck. That's all that happened. Literally, that's all that happened. Hey, what do you think about this card? Okay. You just put it back in the deck. Doesn't mean I'm not going to use it. I didn't rip it up. I didn't throw it out the deck. I just put it back in the deck. And I'll see if it comes up on a future hand. Just keep that in mind as you're watching everything. I don't have the answer, But I got questions, and I have lots of questions, and nobody right now can answer those questions. So you, with your critical thinking, you now have the ammunition to do exactly the same thing. Start looking. Hey, this doesn't make sense. Let me go look this up. Oh, whoa, yeah. Okay, let me go look this up. And then when you start doing that yourself, you're going to realize not much at all changed. Right now, Sidney Powell for Attorney General. It could be anything. What if Trump does a recess appointment on day one? You guys are doing exactly what you're doing exactly what I would hope you would do. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to Barry. Don't listen to Steve Bannon. Don't listen to Dan Brown. Yourself. Just ask yourself that question. That one question. What's different today? No, what's different at 4 o'clock that wasn't here at 12 o'clock? The only thing that's different is that name has been withdrawn. That's it. And then you just ask yourself, so what could happen next? And then all of a sudden, that list is going to go, all this could happen. I mean, literally. Move Vance. Vance, you're AG. We're going to bring so-and-so in as vice president. Bring in Ken Paxton. Bring in Andrew Bailey. Bring in Clarence Thomas. Move Ted Cruz to the Supreme Court. Do Matt Gaetz as a recess appointment. Trump's got all these different options, and he's just sitting back. You think from everything you've seen since 2016, do you think Donald Trump cares what the media says about him and his decision making and what's going to happen? Nope, not at all. Not at all. Maybe Matt is stepping down, but it's only to get the heat off him in the short term. Matt doesn't seem like the type of guy who gives a shit about heat. Again, we all know the skeletons in our closet. When he and Trump came up with the idea, we're going to name you as vice attorney general, Matt had to have said, "But hey, man, there's all this crap out there about me." Trump said, "Is it true?" Matt said, "No." "Is that the only one?" And he was probably asking a question he already knew the answer to. I'm not going to believe you. I'm going to check you out myself. That's what I'm saying. Trump is not a stupid man. He's 5 steps ahead. And you know what's weird about that? They don't realize it. Nobody in the media realizes it. They're going to run with stories. You're going to see these stories in the next 24 to 48 hours. It's coming to the weekend. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Nothing's going to happen till Monday and all this other stuff. But unless Trump pulls the trigger on somebody else. So that's all I want to really say about that, because I don't want to get too far in the weeds on it, because there's nothing really to get in the weeds about. Am I upset? No, not at all. Why am I not upset? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Why would I let this bother me at this point? We're only 15 days away from the election. 15 days ago, we were... Yeah. You're not taking away my enthusiasm because Matt Gaetz pulled the plug on something on his own, as they said in the news. Matt Gaetz said, I don't want it. I'm fine. I'm fine. He's going to be a senator. You're making the right assumptions. You are beginning to look critically at things, and I love that. I love that about these people here. You people start digging, and I love when we start talking and I start seeing the comments and people are like, yeah, what's different? And it's not me saying it. It's just bringing it to your realization, going, just think about this, and then just go check. Hey, when did the Senate come back and where's Kamala? Oh, she's in Hawaii. None of it makes sense. They all knew. They all knew what was going to happen. And so, and the last, I'll just close this segment of the show with this. This is still amazing to me that all the big people on television, all the big podcasters, Nick Sorter is the only person I saw who originally said this. He said this probably, within 15 minutes, 20 minutes of Matt Gaetz withdrawing. Within 20 minutes, he was the first person who goes, yeah, this is correct as far as I can discern. You cannot resign from a position you don't hold. Yep. And no special election has been called for Florida-1 by Ron DeSantis would be the one who would have to call it. The people have spoken, and they want Matt to represent them starting in January. Nothing has changed. Oh, man. If Trump was behind this, he had to have been behind it. He knew that this guy got reelected. He knew he could just go back to Florida. He probably told, notice, Ron DeSantis didn't appoint anybody. Didn't even float a name out there. He never said, well, you know what, I'm going to consider XYZ person to take Matt Gaetz' place. Nope. I'm going to consider this person to take Rubio's place. Nope. It's all still fluid. What if Rubio, go back to Florida, and I'm going to put XYZ person in as Secretary of State. He could F with the minds of the media and the Democrats and rhinos for about another month and a half with non-committal, with nothing else out there. Just go ahead. I want you to do this. I want you to run this up the flag. Let's see what happens. Just saying. Just saying. All right, let's move on from Matt Gaetz unless you guys have some more. This is what, as we call, a mind F. Exactly. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Alina Habba. He can rename Gaetz even if he resigned. Yeah. That's the whole thing. I said nothing's changed. Nothing. Go back and look and why would you even be putting these people into some sort of hearing situation right now? Then I saw this. I forgot to take a copy of it. Let me just show you this one. This may give you some other stuff to feed upon. You ready for this? I saved this. I want to bring this up because this was extremely interesting. Let me find it. I'm scrolling. I save all this stuff here. Okay. All right. I want you to look at this. You talk about not being able to make sense of anything. You know how I mentioned to you that right about now, Schumer's been putting all these judges through, and the other guys haven't even been voting on them? So now I'm really going to mess with your head right now. Breaking. And the timestamp on this is pretty important. This is 1:09, about 5 minutes after Matt Gaetz withdrew. Senate Democrats have agreed to allow President Trump to fill 4 crucial federal judge positions that are currently vacant. This is massive. Trump's effort to stonewall a major fast-tracking of radical judges has worked. The Senate has reached a time agreement to invoke cloture on 4 judicial nominations tonight and have 3 more votes tomorrow, Chuck Schumer office said. What? Why would the Democrats acquiesce and go, okay, we won't fill these 4 judgeships. We'll wait till you get here. We'll wait till the Congress flips and it's all Republicans in the House and in the Senate and you're in the White House. We'll wait. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to leave that up so you guys can see it and read it as I talk, because you may want to digest that. What the hell is going on? Why would Chucky say, we'll let you guys have these? Why would they do anything to allow Trump to put in lifetime appointees when they have the ability to do it right now? What? Let me go ahead and just highlight another word. Agreed. And then down here, agreement. What were the terms of these agreements? Because you're telling me at this point, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats agreed to let Trump put these judges in. So after everything you've seen today, and now you see that, and you got to be telling yourself at this point, we are indeed watching a show. You should be, at this point, entertained. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so I'm gonna leave the Matt Gaetz drama for now because there's really nothing more to discuss. But at the same time as all this is going on, as I segue into the second part of this show, the media continues to circle the bowl. You know about Morning Joe. Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, they went down to Mar-a-Lago, they went to kiss the ring, and everyone on the Democrat side is completely losing it. They've lost it. They've gone absolute bat poop crazy. To the point where I showed you yesterday how they don't know how they can even survive as news people because they can't even compete. So Mika decides to go on, make her own little new video, because now I think they realize we got to do some social videos. We just can't do on the set kind of stuff. We got to do impromptu videos. So she launched her first social video.
That in these fraught times, I do think that we are in an environment, no matter how it started, where everyone's talking at each other, at cameras, on their typewriters. That's how old I am. I say typewriter, but you know what I mean. Using their keyboards, talking at each other. And I do believe, and this doesn't just apply to Donald Trump, it applies to anybody in his administration, any Republican, that it's time to start talking face to face, on the record, on background, reconnecting. And it doesn't have to be easy. It doesn't have to be fun. It's not supposed to be. It's our job. So for us,
Did you notice that? You probably didn't notice it. Maybe I paid too much attention. But that was called a quick edit. You see, so she's not used to, just to let you know, she's not used to making her own videos. You know, they talk in the teleprompters all day, and everything is perfect. They have editors, they have crayons, they have everything that works perfect for them. And so she was making a video. She's probably got her cell phones there, you could kind of tell. And she got to a point where she probably messed up, and then she had to edit it really quick. So she, hey, Mr. Editor, come back here and fix this. And he goes, we're going to have to cut into a jump cut. That's the first indication that you realize she's trying to do something she's not accustomed to doing.
It absolutely felt like the right thing to do because it is our job. And I've actually been really surprised at the reaction. I've heard from a lot of people in my phone, people that I respect a great deal, leaders, people I don't usually hear from who are really powerful, who just wanted to let me know that that was the right thing to do. And then I have seen, just like the very opposite happening online.
Are you watching those cuts? She's trying to be authentic, but she's still cutting. Instead of just, hey, my dog barked. Just be yourself, Mika. Let someone coach you. You don't have to worry about being perfect. If you say the wrong word, pause and say the right word. It's really simple. And also you notice, look at her eyes at this point. She's not comfortable looking in her cell phone. She's looking away and she's trying to capture her thoughts because they're not on a screen. They're not on a piece of paper, and Joe's not here where you can bounce things off of him. It is a very unnatural feeling for someone who's been in television for 20, 25 years. How do I make these kind of videos? What do I do? This just feels weird. I'm just holding up her phone, or you got my phone on a tripod and I've got my, my ear pods in here and that's my microphone. Yeah, how do I sound? What do I look like? She's not ready for this.
Some of it is part of the problem I'm talking about right now. I've heard from reporters by reading about myself, and none of them ever called me. That's the problem. I regret talking about people. And
are you seeing that? You seeing how many cuts she's got? This is probably a 3 or 4 minute video. And people who aren't used to talking to you, to people in a chat, they're not used to being able to do this, and they're like wondering, what? How do I just keep going? And what happens if I change my chain of thought and start to be the ability to move through a segue and understand, hey, we're going to move here. I'm talking about this. Let it flow. You have to learn. And I will give her props. She's trying. She is absolutely trying. She understands. I showed you this show yesterday where she realized, and the people on Morning Joe realized, this ain't going to make it anymore. They're going to sell MSNBC. What do we do when that happens? So she's trying.
Not to them. And I've been making a lot of phone calls over the past few weeks, not just because of this, but in general, just looking at where we are, looking at the media universe, and looking at how many unnamed sources are put in articles when you know that person could have just called that person. Like, we know each other.
Well, your father was a diplomat too, Mika, so perhaps talking to people is in your DNA.
Yeah, my dad took me, you guys, I've never told this, I don't think, when I was 15. So he was just out of the White House. He was National Security Advisor.
To Jimmy Carter, right?
Yeah. I went on a secret meeting with my dad to Tunisia with Yasser Arafat. And we were taken in a car, no idea where we were going. And during the meeting, we were surrounded by, I'm going to say, probably 20 armed with...
You see in all these cuts? But one of the things someone has already told her, maybe this person she's interviewing with, is just be yourself. Tell a story. She's telling a story right now she's probably never told on television. Yeah, we were surrounded by, the different, and you can see she's recalling it. In the armed guards, but there are probably like 20 of them. She's telling a story. She's seeing where the puck is headed.
Like machine guns, guards. And we had that meeting surrounded by men in guns, with guns. And I was his note taker. I was like, what are you doing? This is some kind of parenting. But my point was that I've been in way more kind of in terms of physically challenging situations. This was a meeting, a meeting that I knew was going to be. I knew people were going to be. We told our viewers on Thursday before the Friday meeting that the nominations so far, some of them are deeply disturbing, and that we look forward to talking to Donald Trump face to face about this. And then we got the
cuts are killing me. She does live television for like 4 hours every single day. Every single day, Monday through Friday, she does like 4 hours of live television. And she can't get through a 3-minute, 4-minute video. See, that tells you right there, these people on television, they're actors. She's having a very hard time relating. And so you're wondering, Barry, why are you even showing this? Because people criticize them for going down to Mar-a-Lago. Why did you go down there and kiss the ring? Well, everybody now knows that MSNBC is for sale. They're trying to dump the network, and whoever buys MSNBC is probably going to dump them. So now you go down to arguably who's going to be the most powerful man in the world come January, and at the same time you're thinking, well, maybe I can score a big interview with him in January. Maybe he'll give us an exclusive where we get to talk to him. And that could relaunch our career someplace else. And Trump, as magnanimous as he may be, may said, no, think about it. They may have pitched him a deal. Hey, listen, we're going to move to Newsmax. We're going to move to News Nation. We're going to create our own thing. Would you do an interview with us? Can we let bygones be bygones? That's what I think is coming. And I think many people in the media who are giving them a hard time don't understand these people are fighting for their lives right now.
Opportunities that we went. But you can interview a world leader you can interview Vladimir Putin as a journalist and not normalize him. You can learn. And you can also take a lot of what he says and put it within the context of what we know about him. So that's why your brain has to operate on enough. Many things can be true at one time. And as journalists, I think we have to be open to conversation, and we have to be open to learning, and we have to be open to talking face to face and talking about each other. And quite frankly, coming after me and Joe about doing this is exactly what someone with nefarious intentions would want. So congratulations. You're playing right into it.
All right, so I got some breaking news. 2 things of breaking news. 1, we just talked about, and 2, something very, very serious. The first bit of breaking news is DeSantis says he will not appoint Matt Gaetz to Marco Rubio's Senate seat. Okay. That's what we just talked about. So one of those things have been pulled off the table. He's not going to be the senator here in Florida. And the thing that's more important, breathe, says just now 2 ambulances and vans full of U.S. Secret Service leave Mar-a-Lago. Two vans full of Secret Service agents and 2 ambulances just left Mar-a-Lago. Well, not really sure, other than Trump, who they would need Secret Service for. Melania? Not really sure. People are saying they're trying to figure out what's going on. Don't know. But for the ambulances to leave Mar-a-Lago, I'm not really sure if anybody else is picked up on this. I'm looking real quick to see if there's anything else out there. Hope this isn't anything bad. Let me see the news here. Okay, here we go. I got something else for you. All right. Breaking: multiple ambulances and vans carrying Secret Service agents have just been seen leaving Mar-a-Lago. It's unknown who is being transported, but always keep President Trump in your prayers. Major breaking news: per the pool, 2 ambulances and several vans full of Secret Service agents have left Mar-a-Lago. It's all over the place. 2 ambulances. There's no indication whether President Trump was inside or not. Ambulances and Secret Service vans reported to have spotted leaving Mar-a-Lago. Breaking: ambulances just left Mar-a-Lago filled with Secret Service agents. Yeah, we need this now, don't we? Nobody has any additional information, as you can see. The Hill and Independent are reporting 2 ambulances. Not sure what this is about. Reports of 2 ambulances, President Trump and the Vice President, safe, secure. That's not good. It's everywhere. All right, so this is now the breaking news. No word on who's involved. All right, so let's not jump to any conclusions at this point. Let's see here. I'm looking to see if there's any additional information. You guys want to start combing stuff yourself. It's everywhere that these ambulances have left Mar-a-Lago. No information on who it might be or what's going on. All right, so that's the story that's everywhere at this point, and there's no word on whether President Trump is involved in anything. Let me look at his press secretary to see if she has put in anything up. See if she's made a statement. No, I don't see any statements from her either. All right, so as of right now, we don't know what's going on other than the fact of ambulances and Secret Service men have left, Secret Service agents have left Mar-a-Lago, 2 ambulances. Not sure why there would be 2. If it was just Trump or just somebody, they wouldn't need 2 of those ambulances. So this information is breaking. It's coming across right now. Don't have any other updates on it. Nothing, absolutely nothing more than the ambulances. So I'll continue, and I'll continue to monitor things and see if I see anything coming up. I mean, all the different people that I follow and can see. I'm a little short for words at this time because I don't have any information that I can give you. Let's see if anyone is talking about it. They're probably keeping it very quiet. Don't know. So we'll be monitoring. We'll have to look and see if we see any further information. Ashley, if any of you guys are watching this, go ahead and text me if you see anything, because this is really real serious. Obviously, I'm looking to see if there's anything else. Nope, nothing else being posted. All right. Let's back to the show here, hey? Yeah, let me go ahead and take some comments or see if you guys see anything. I feel like throwing up. 2 ambulances, one of them may be a decoy, possibly. Prayers, people, prayers for sure. Look at the poster behind Mike. Is that some kind of drop? No, I think that was Morning Joe. I just got here. Damn, what happened? Don't know. Don't know what happened. Not getting any information. 2 ambulances suggest more than 1 patient, possibly. Gosh. PBSO, 4 motorcycles died on Southern today. I didn't hear anything about that. Whoever posted that about Southern Boulevard is not too far from Mar-a-Lago, so I'm not really sure about that. Stay on till we find out. What am I supposed to do? I'll continue with the show, but it's gout, Barry. Don't worry. It's gout. I don't see this. If it's Trump, would there be a specific hospital? There are a number of hospitals in that area, but I'm sure that what was Trump's last known location? I don't know. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm looking, guys. I'm looking right now to see if I see anything new about it here. There's certain people that I follow. Let me look at PBSO. PBSO, by the way, if you see people referencing that, PBSO is Palm Beach Sheriff's Department. I'm searching. I do see this. This is interesting. It says, devastating news about the 2 Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies who lost their lives while on duty today in a horrific crash. A 3rd deputy is in critical condition fighting for his life. That was 8 minutes ago. Our hearts are heavy. Devastating news of the loss of 2 PBSO motorcycle deputies. Doesn't say where. It is a heartbreaking day as a line of duty tragedy took place today. 3 heroes at PBSO reported for duty to serve and protect. 2 of those heroes will not be going home. I don't know anything about it. Live PBS News. After 2 deputies killed, 1 badly injured, 1, I have no words here. Rest easy, my brothers. Doesn't say where it was. This is, it says they were struck by a dump truck. That's not too far from Mar-a-Lago, so I don't know what's going on there right now. So they went to St. Mary's Hospital in West Palm Beach after the crash that killed 2 people. But that was 3 hours ago. So that was at 1:45. So that wouldn't be what's actually happening right now. Let me see if there's any more information. Okay, this one came in 3 minutes ago. This one says Mar-a-Lago, 20 to 25 cars, 2 ambulances, helicopter before the vans and ambulances left. That's not good. 20 to 25 cars and the helicopter. So that would be Trump. I'm looking to see. All is well. Okay. All right. We got an all clear. Okay. Breaking. All is well. The ambulances were part of Vice President-elect J.D. Vance's motorcade. Wow. This is not an official pool report, I'm told by Trump sources. This is some recently invented CBS pool that they made up for themselves. It's not reliable. A separate source telling me there's nothing out of the ordinary going on. Wow. Wow. Unflipping believable. This media is sick. The media is complete shit. How would you ever put something so bad out to have everybody's heart just sink like that? It's complete BS again. Very irresponsible. Very irresponsible to put something out like that. Well, I guess at this point it's okay. I've only seen that confirmed by one other person, 2 other people, that there is. Okay, again, here's another one. It says, this is not an official pool report. I'm told by Trump sources this is recent. Who is this guy? Andrew Feinberg, who put it out. Andrew Feinberg, who put this out. It says, this is a note from the CVS TV pool near Palm Beach. So I gather this is all BS at this point. I will look to see, and if Caroline Leavitt posts something, I will definitely let you know. Caroline Leavitt is the president's press secretary. I haven't seen her post anything yet. Man, wow, we are on edge here. All of us are. That something could happen to this guy before then. All right. They want to give us all mass heart attacks. They do, man. President always travels with 1 or 2 ambulances, trying to trigger civil war. If this shit isn't treason, I don't know what to say. Well, all right. So let me get back to where I was. Where was I? Okay, got to segue. Get your mind back into this. So I was talking about the media, and I'll keep an eye out for this stuff as well to see if anything gets posted affirmatively from somebody in the Trump camp, because that's just some really, really irresponsible crap to put out there. Oh, we got another update. All right. Let me make sure. Raheem says, as I was saying, Andrew Feinberg, the guy who started it, says, calm down, people. Per transition source and the Secret Service, the ambulance were part of Vice President-elect J.D. Vance's motorcade. False alarm. Go about your business. You think you might have wanted to confirm that before you put out that note, before you put the first one out? It's so important for you guys to be the first person with the scoop that you're going to put something out like that. You 31 minutes ago, oh my God, there's 2 ambulances and helicopters and all kinds of stuff happening. Oh, please disregard. That was just J.D. Vance's motorcade. I tell you, these people have no future. But that begs for another question. You guys know what the next question I have is, right? What in the hell is J.D. Vance doing at Mar-a-Lago? You know, people have been talking, hey, you know, we see Trump in Texas at the rocket launches, he's doing this, and you never see J.D. Vance. And J.D. Vance showed up today at Mar-a-Lago, and now, as he's leaving, the world blows up because we're seeing motorcades and Secret Service guys and 25 cars and helicopters. How the F did he get in? I mean, these people are, down here, I'm just telling you, I live down here. They are parked out, surrounding the entire bridge going into Mar-a-Lago. They are everywhere. How did y'all not realize that 20 to 25 cars and ambulances and a helicopter came in to Mar-a-Lago? You saw them leaving, but you didn't see them coming in? I don't know what's going on. Like I told you, nobody does. These people are guessing. We have no idea what's going on in this country right now. We have no clue. The fact that J.D. Vance snuck in, obviously, to Mar-a-Lago should tell you something else about what happened with Matt Gaetz. The vice president was summoned, come to South Florida. I don't care how you get here, sneak in. We got to talk about what we're going to do next, because these people bid all this shit. They bid it all. I'm hoping you guys can see this stuff right now. I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. Shh, be very quiet. Oh my goodness. Man, I'm 63. I don't need that BS. Y'all are funny. Oh my God. Right now, I am so pissed off. I am so pissed off. So when my wife's heart went crazy, and I'm shaking. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, yeah. All I can think of is that Kevin Bacon gif. All is well. We're all, everything's okay. The world just ended about 30 seconds ago, but we're all better now. Everything's okay. I get halfway through my show, and I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? Your whole train of thought can't go. I felt like Walter Cronkite tomorrow, 50 years ago. Remember that. Tomorrow when you wake up, November 22nd, 2024, 61 years ago, tomorrow, JFK was assassinated. But, man, yeah, I hate to start drinking so early. You drinking, I was looking in the closet going, okay, load up. we got work to do. Honey, go get the gas in the car. We're about to go down. We're all about to throw down right now. Because I know some of you guys are thinking, okay, it's on. It's on. Whew. That's how close we are. That's how close we're going to be for the next 50-something days. We're right there. We are so close. Go to, oh, F you people, okay? I remember people were kidding when he went to go meet Biden, like, don't eat anything. Don't drink nothing. Don't even shake his hand. Hit him with the elbow bump. What's up, Joe? You don't want any contact stuff they might stick on you. Oh, God. I need a beer. It's only 4:30. My blood pressure went to 155. and I'm like, what are you people doing? You got people who are really freaking out about this, including myself, and you're like, oh, so, okay, now I can officially say it's over. Okay. If you guys don't follow her, if you want to know specifically what's going on with Trump, Caroline Leavitt, who is now going to be the new press secretary, but she's also the transition secretary, and she's been everything about everything Trump's doing. She just posted it. There it is. She reposted it. So the fact that she posted it, now I can go, whew, everything's okay. It's official. It's official. There's no problems. Go back to your regularly scheduled programming. After being interrupted for the last 30 minutes going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Well, thank you guys for all. I mean, y'all told me I was about to click off and get in the car and drive to Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. I could have been there in like 25 minutes. Oh, like, hey, I need to see what's going on here. I'm not leaving. He needs to come out and wave at me or something. I ain't here to cause any trouble, but unless he comes out on the balcony and goes like this, I ain't leaving. It would have been that way. It would. Oh boy. Okay, where were we? Let's go back to what I was saying. I still got a whole bunch. I don't even know if I can cover it all in the next quick half hour. All right. I was talking about the media, and I was talking about Mika Brzezinski, MSNBC, and how they are basically screwed. And they know they're screwed, and she's trying to do a different thing. I just found it interesting that today she decided she was going to show people, what she was going to do and how she was going to do it and adjust to everything. But the problem they're having is whatever she did in that her studio, like mine here, she's sitting somewhere in a house or something, had great lighting, so there must have been a nice big window up there. I don't have a window here. That's why I have to use fake lighting. If I had a window, the sun is the best lighting ever. Just to let you know, if you ever want to do a podcast or anything, if you have an open window, it's the best lighting source you will ever have. I digress, though. So anyway, back at the shop where she works, or her day job is, you got Al Sharpton and the boys going right back to the same old game plan.
Should ask Donald Trump. You talked about black men would be with you. Where's a black man being nominated by you for your cabinet? Has anyone noticed there's no black that has been nominated on his cabinet? That needs to be raised.
When I look at a resume, and if somebody, when I was working in a corporate position and somebody got hired or we were looking to fill a position, I didn't look at that resume and say, you know what? I really need a black graphic artist to work in our advertising department. I really need a black copywriter. Nope, I could actually do better with a Spanish copywriter. You got one of those? Why is it that in every other form of business, every other form, not a single one, can you look and say, I'd like to fill this with a black person, please? You can't do that. That's discrimination by its definition. I want the one who can be the best graphic artist out there, that they can use Photoshop and make things pop and do everything. That's who I want. And when they come in for an interview, they could wear a bag over their head. I don't care. Can you do the work that I want and willing to pay for? Doesn't matter. But for some reason, here we go. Not even 2 weeks. Here's Reverend Al going, where the black people at?
Reverend Al Sharpton criticizing President-elect Donald Trump for not nominating an African-American member for any cabinet position, I should say, yet. There are some spots to fill. Now, to be clear, he has picked some diverse candidates to be part of his overall team and also in his cabinet. But again, as of now, there's yet to be a black American picked for a cabinet-level slot. Joining me now, one of Trump's top allies on the Hill, Republican Congressman Byron Donalds of Florida. Congressman, you have been a very vocal and effective surrogate for Trump and for his campaign and, frankly, the Republican Party. What is your response to this criticism?
Frankly, I don't care. That's exactly what he should have said. Well, let's let him say that.
I think it's criticism where people are upset that they still lost this election. And so if you were going to ask Reverend Al or anybody else in the Democrat Party, they're still licking their wounds about the fact that this did not work out the way that they thought it was going to. That being said, Donald Trump's cabinet is about people who are going to implement his agenda. And he's not done, by the way. You have Susie Wiles, the first woman ever to serve as chief of staff. Mm-hmm. You have Marco Rubio, a Cuban American who's going to serve as Secretary of State, representing America across the globe when it comes to foreign policy. You have Tulsi Gabbard going to be at DNI. So many others that are coming, and there's still slots to be filled. So I think everybody needs to pump the brakes and just wait and see what happens.
Do you think Democrats are putting form over substance?
Absolutely. Look, even if you look at how the Democrats filled the Joe Biden cabinet, they wanted to have a piece of every identity, but did they get the job done? Did they actually serve the interest of the American people? Because here's what I know. Whether you black or Hispanic, if the border is unsecure, Alejandro Mayorkas, if the border is unsecure, does that help people in their everyday lives? No, it does not. And so what Donald Trump's election is about is bringing competency and reality back to D.C. in the White House, making sure that the job gets done on behalf of the American people, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of their creed.
It cracks me up because I'm thinking to myself, imagine that you're one of the hostages from the Israel situation. And you've been sitting there for over a year now if you're still alive. You care who comes through the door to rescue you? You know what? I really hope whoever kicks in this door is a black man. No better, I hope it's a gay black woman who comes to save me. That ideology that they're using at this point is ridiculous. It is crazy. It's insane. And that's why you lost. That's why you lost on November 5th. You're putting all of this stuff above the ability of someone to get the job done. Period. End of story. And if he chose this person against that person, it's because he feels this person can get the job done. He's not saying, well, I should have picked Susie to be my chief of staff. I should see if there's any black people I don't know or someone who could possibly be as loyal to me as she is. Oh, you want someone to be loyal. Why can't a black person be loyal? I don't know them. Unfortunately, your basic ability to pick people is based upon the environment that you're in. It's not a shame. He's a white older man, rich white older man, and he's surrounded by a bunch of rich older white people. That's just how it is. Doesn't mean anyone's racist. And look, I don't know these people. I want to know if I go into a foxhole, I go into that foxhole with people who are ready to do what they need to do, regardless of their race. Regardless. It's irrelevant. The word I like to use is agnostic. It's racially agnostic. I don't give a crap. As a black man, I guess some people are pissed off at me because I say that. I don't care. Yes, I'm married to a white wife. My wife is white. But it doesn't matter. I know what I wanted. She knew what she wanted. We've been married 33 years. Good with me. I'm good with that. You choose to marry a guy that wears lipstick and a hair bun, have at it. I hope it works out for you. But you can't tell me, hey, look, before you get married right now, do me a favor. I want you to go ahead and have a date with, this Spanish woman, this black woman, and this Asian woman. And then once you do all those, then we'll go ahead and see if you still want to be with Robin. Said no man ever. So what am I going to tell her? Wait. I want you to hold down. I'm going to go hang out with these 3 chicks here. I'll be back. I want to make sure I'm actually talking to the black, the Asian, and Hispanic first because they might be better. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what this media is doing. That's what the media continues to do. They continue to fight a racial war rather than a meritorious war. Who is the best person for the job? Who is the most accomplished? I don't care what color you are. I want to know if something happened to Trump, that somebody there was the most competent doctor and first responder available. I would not have said, wait. Did you make sure you hire a black doctor or a first responder? Make sure that EMT is Hispanic. You understand how crazy that is? How unnatural that is? And that's why you got the village people in Biden's administration. He wasn't picking people who were good. He was picking people as long as they fit in a certain spectrum on the rainbow. Pete Buttigieg? The dude who said that bridges were racist? Seriously? Thank God for sanity. Thank God we're bringing sanity back. Well, remember the Justin Timberlake song, Bring It Sexy Back? If somebody needs to write a song, Bring It Sanity Back. Because I am so over these people, and I love it at the same time. You know why I love it? Because it tells me they can't move forward. There's nothing they can do. I've said it over and over to you. They can't. Until you start seeing people changing their ideology, they're done. That was one of the reasons why I picked Mika's video today. I'm like, she understands. That's the first video she's ever done on a cell phone talking to somebody. First time. Somebody said to her, you're a dinosaur. Dinosaurs went extinct. If you don't learn to do something more marketable, more engaging, you might as well retire to Palm Beach. You're done. You are absolutely done. So I credit her, even as crazy as her and Joe are, with saying, hey, we need to do something. So I got something for you. This is a new segment of the show, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is called The 10 Other Stories You Probably Haven't Seen. I hope it works out. It's 10 quick stories, 10 quick snippets. I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to comment on it. We're going to let you see it. And I think the longest video is like a minute. Let's just roll it.
Here's the big finish. 10 stories that you just gotta hear. Number 10.
My last question for you is in regards to community trends. Marnie Washington had alleged that that was what was put into a system that would mitigate these interactions if they felt that it was dangerous. And these communities, a lot of them were conservative and Trump supporters, that they felt that FEMA had created an environment that had stated that those people made them feel uncomfortable, and that was the reasoning for them passing over these homes. What can you tell me about community trends in regards to this allegation that you made?
Our disaster survivor assistance teams, part of what they do is go out into the community to understand what the impacts are and to understand what the survivor needs are. This is often called community trends, but things that we are looking at are impacts to access, roads that are out, water infrastructure, needs of the community, like many places around South Carolina required oxygen bottles.
If I can just interrupt you real quick, how many people have been impacted by avoidance and de-escalation? Do you have a number for that just nationally, or is there a database for that?
I can tell you that for this particular incident at the direction of our employee, 20 homes were skipped.
Okay, so sorry about the volume on that one. My fault as I was basically recording this. But that was FEMA admitting in Congress that they skipped 20 houses because they were labeled with Trump stuff. 20 houses they just skipped. Now, ordinarily I'd stop and we'd talk about it, but you probably didn't hear it, so let's just go on to the next one real quick here.
Number 9.
So what is this? This says you can't erase us, Nancy. Well, then you shouldn't try to erase women. I have to say, for any man that wants to be in a woman's restroom, bathroom, dressing room, locker room, absolutely not.
Nancy Mace ain't playing. It drove the libs nuts. It absolutely drove the libs nuts that she ran with that and basically said, I'm not having it. And I find it to myself to be a ludicrous conversation. I know. I've been married to this woman for 33 years. I know if I go in the bathroom while she's in the bathroom, I'm going to have hell to pay. She don't even want me in there. And I'm her husband. Get out. But I just wanted to see if you had any extra soap up in here or something. And the reason why I'm looking for the extra soap, because it's her bathroom. Those of you guys who've been married for quite some time, you know the wife has a bathroom, and then you have a bathroom. And neither shall the two mix. And so I having lived with her for 33 years, I find it odd that these women are complaining that conservatives seem to have a problem with this. You people are just, racist or, bigoted and homophobic, xenophobic, and all the other shit. No, I just don't want your thing in my face while I'm going to the bathroom. It's a private area. I guess as a guy, I feel the same way. I don't care if she walks in while I'm in the shower or anything, but if I'm on the pooper, I'm like, babe, I'm here doing some personal time. Can you kind of back out? Go. This is my space. You don't need to be up in here. I was just walking through because I just wanted to see, if everything was okay, if you needed something. No, I'll let you know if I need something. Back off. See, it's not a one-way street. It's not like women just don't want guys in their bathrooms. I'm pretty sure I speak to some guys who say, you don't want women in ours. Not that the women would want to come in without spraying stuff, but it's just common privacy. I don't want you in my bathroom, period. and they're making it out to be something, but you know, none of them would go to a public bathroom and have men trouncing through it. Nope, wouldn't happen. And if you want to put in the comments how you feel personally, with your own boyfriend or husband trouncing through the bathroom while you're doing your business. I don't mean putting on the makeup, doing that. Yeah, you can walk around in that. But you want a man in the bathroom while you're doing your business? I didn't think she pooped for like the first 15 years of our marriage. I'm like, I don't know how she does it. You don't realize that stuff until you realize it. And you're like, oh, she poops too. Man, I've been in relationships where we can go pooping together in the same bathroom. That's very close and definitely preference. Oh my goodness. Men do not understand women. We know we must be careful in time where our kids. Trans women will never understand this. Another reason why, no thank you. I like privacy. Yeah, I would never want to go in a men's bathroom, especially a men's public bathroom. It's one thing for her to come in the bathroom in our house, but I've been in men's public bathrooms. It's like a spray factory. It's like, oh, I don't have to worry about putting the seat up. I can do what I want. Boom! Streams crossing, all kinds of crazy stuff. Wiping their hands and just tossing the rag or pulling the towel or doing everything. I hate the little warmy thing. That doesn't do anything. I just sit there and let the warmy thing go on. Yeah, women don't want to be in a man's bathroom. Women only poop silently but deadly. Men out of women's bathroom in a private place, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And yet they'll complain and say, oh, it's bad, it's bigoted. I'm like, no, man, it's not. Let's continue.
Number 8.
When choosing measures to be used in response, such as the use of systems that was tested recently in Ukraine, will certainly include warnings to civilians to clear the zones that will be targeted, and we will certainly do this in a transparent fashion. And we do not have any fears that it will reduce the effectiveness of those systems, because there is no way to counteract a missile that flies at 10 Mach, which is 2.5 to 3 kilometers per second. Existing anti-missile systems and the anti-missile systems deployed by the United States and Europe cannot intercept such missiles. It is impossible.
Matt Gaetz.
Before Don starts talking, let me give you the real interpretation of what Vladimir Putin just said. F around and find out. That's pretty much what he said. You keep doing this crap. You keep pushing me, and you're gonna end up bending over and kissing your butt. I ain't playing. I got stuff you ain't even seen. And so you keep poking. He came out and pretty much flexed muscle and said, I'm putting up with your crap. You need to tell Joe Biden and the guy from the UK to pretty much stop it. I'm reaching my limit with you people launching rockets over here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop hellfire on you tomorrow, which was today. And you're going to see, these things won't have the warheads on them. I'm just going to show you what we can do. So if you haven't seen it, he dropped like 6 or 7 empty bombs on, not in Kiev, but not too far away from it. Just empty. Just so you can see it coming. Understand the next ones are going to have things attached to them. And then by the time you see it, there's nothing you can do about it. You can just call it a day. I don't think Zelensky understands. He's probably not even in the country. Zelensky probably has taken off and just figured, you know what, I'm out of here. He's putting his people in a position that there's no return for them. They cannot win. There is no way they can win. You cannot beat a nuclear power. And America is going to cause many people to meet their demise by egging this guy on. If you know you can't win, and your only way of sustaining stuff is hoping that America and different countries in NATO will help you, understand, even if these other countries eventually get the World War III they want, you won't be there to see it. Because you're going to get hit first. And then these people over here, should they, God forbid, choose to respond, would be long after your people are vaporized. This is such an insidious position that Biden has put those people in, the country, because you want anything to do, anything that could stop Trump from taking power and hopefully starting in World War III. And the poor people in Ukraine, the poor people are going about their life and walking around, and you're done. Even if NATO responds, it's after you're already gone. I would hope people in Ukraine understand that. You have no response. Your boy Zelensky's going to be in a bunker somewhere or a different country when the time comes. See, he's going to throw the first punch and launch these rockets at you, at Vlad, and then he's going to run. He's going to hide. They're going to take him to a safety place. He's probably already there. You are going to get eviscerated. You're going to be vapor if they don't stop. So I'm hoping people over there, and I hope people here in America understand they did a game on it. When I say game, they did an entire rendering. 2.5 million people in that country. 2.5 million people would die in less than 60 seconds. There is no amount of NATO that can help them. NATO would only be a response in which World War III would get engaged. But that 2.5 million people, gone. Is that what Biden really wants, or whoever's pulling the strings for Biden? Because Biden doesn't know. Do you really want to put 2.5 million people at immediate risk and then many millions more after that? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's get to Dan Bongino.
It's the Trump's nominee, of course, for Attorney General. I'm going to show you some quickie moments why they can't stand Matt Gaetz and why Kash Patel is a great choice at FBI as well, despite some of the bullshit, the deep state op going on against them. If you see it, you'll know exactly. It's a total op, I promise you. It's a total op. And by the way, I did not in any way attack anonymous accounts. I attacked deep state anonymous accounts. If you can't comprehend that from what I said, you don't belong on my show. Just beat it. You're too stupid to understand what I was saying. What are you talking about? Like, I've been an investor in an entire free speech economy where some of the most controversial speakers in the world can only speak because of our investments, anonymous or not. Deep state anonymous accounts pretending to be one of us. I hate your guts, and I know exactly what you're doing. You're deep staters. I know it. I'm sure of it. They're attacking all of these people for a reason. They're trying to smoke you up.
He's absolutely right. And I think we've seen a little bit of that play out just today. Talking about smoking people out. So you just heard what Vlad said. Vlad said, I don't know what they're telling you, but you people are going to get vaporized. The deep staters in all these different countries are telling you that you could win. Wink, wink, wink. You could actually win. You could beat Russia. No chance. None. That you are part of an op. Matt Gaetz, he's going to withdraw and we've beaten Trump. Wink, wink, wink. You're part of an op. 45 minutes ago. Hey, there's ambulances and helicopters and everything is leaving Mar-a-Lago. And oh my God, part of an op. Media is in on it. At some point, we have to detach from these crazy-ass people. Because they don't really care what happens to us. And so what Dan is talking about is just be very, very careful when you're out there on social media, including Twitter.
Number 7.
Sexual misconduct allegations seem not to matter anymore. It seems like unless you have a...
So this is the ladies of the spew. And it's funny because there's two clips I want to show you with them. This one here, they're right back at it. They're right back at it, and they want to just basically call everybody as they can a bad name and make stuff up.
Sexual misconduct allegation, you can't be in the cabinet. That's true. I mean, that's what it's looking like because, I mean, was it 11 people? And maybe one of the 11 doesn't have something going
years
on?
ago,
Only one of the 11. Sure. You know that nobody, well, you know it's all BS.
I think it was Cindy Adams used to have these parties, and they'd say, if you're not indicted, you're not invited. And it reminds me of this, in a way. It's like, oh, let's see, who's accused of sexual assault? Put them in the cabinet. And they're like, pick me.
These people suck. Again, I don't know how these people survive on the air. I don't know who watches them other than me so I can show you their insane clips. But the spew, you can tell what's happening. You can tell ABC News, or ABC, or rather Disney, is beginning to pump the brakes on them. You're going to hear more in a second.
Number 6.
And just finally, I mean, I know you did say that Tulsi Gabbard is likely a Russian asset, and you received backlash for that. What's your response to that?
You know, just look. I'm not the only one that said that or questioned her alliance.
Spit it out. You're lying so bad you can't even say the words.
With the United States and our interests. I mean, she's a Russian sympathizer. She is someone who has.
Do you think she could be trusted with the nation's secrets? If I may cut in.
I do.
You think?
I do not. I do not think that she's someone who can be trusted with the nation's secrets, and I don't think our Five Eyes allies and our allies around the world will trust her with theirs. And that is what will really put America in a very difficult national security situation when we don't have the full trust of our allies that we work with, she's going to put intelligence agents out across the globe, or maybe she won't. Maybe she, because she sympathizes with some of our enemies, will decide not to make sure that we can have real windows of intelligence into what's going on there and make us and put us further in jeopardy. It's unacceptable.
But it's not unacceptable for a member of Congress to openly lie on television. By the way, did you know that, well, you probably don't, but Miss Wasserman Schultz here, she went out yesterday and purchased a whole bunch of stock in a military surveillance company. I'm going to show you this stock that she bought, and let me see. This is something you should probably see. All right, so the name of the company is. Hold on, let me pull it up here so you can see it. The name of the company is Viasat. And Viasat is, you can see here on this side here, oh, I can't, but it's American communications company with additional operations as a provider of high-speed satellite broadband services covering the military. So instead of using Starlink, they're trying to create a competitor called Viasat. And this is the one-day chart on their stock. So, but if you look at 5 days, she bought it here. How did she know to buy it when it was down here? You see, this is when she bought it, right there. And look what happened. How did you know that, Debbie? How did you know that it was going to shoot up? See, you wouldn't even ever know this. Let me just see if I can find the person who's been tracking her stock. Because I think it's interesting for you guys to see this stuff. Okay, here it is, right here. Okay, there it is. Just in, Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz has bought stock in a company called Viasat. Viasat produces military communications equipment. Schultz sits on the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Military Construction. So you sit on the House Appropriations Subcommittee and you told everybody to go ahead. I'm not told everybody, you know, you get the inside deal on what's going on. And yesterday, you bought the stock. These people are scum. These people are absolute scum. She can go on television and she can tell people that Tulsi Gabbard's doing this and Tulsi Gabbard's doing that. And then you can use inside information that obviously nobody else had. You can look at that stock graph right there. That stock wasn't moving. It was basically dead for the last 5 days. Let's look at the 1 month chart. Oh, it was tanking. Nobody in their right mind buys that dip that bad over that period of time, over a month. And you just happened to buy it as it was going to go up. You see, that's the kind of thing that whether it's Matt Gaetz or anybody else, that's what they don't want you looking at. That's what they don't want people seeing. They're making a shitload of money on private information, and they are basically manipulating the stock and their purchases to make money on information they know about. But they will say that Matt Gaetz is bad because allegedly he slept with a young woman, or whatever they want to say, but nobody ever brings this up. This is what they're afraid of. This is specifically what they are afraid of. They're afraid that when a real attorney general gets in and says, how did you buy at the bottom? How did you know that it was going to go up? How did you possibly know, Debbie, that this company, which produces military communications equipment, you just happen to sit on the House Appropriations Subcommittee on military construction? You can't do it. I can't do it. I looked at this when it came out and I'm like, maybe I should jump in and get some Viasat. And I'm like, well, you know what's going to happen? When I show this tomorrow, it's probably going to dump. Because now everybody knows, so a bunch of people are going to probably jump in. And if you look at the 1 day, you can see it's already leveled off. So it went up, and now people are dumping it. They made their profit, and it's down. But you jump in, with $100,000, and you buy this stock, and it goes up. The way it went up, you probably just made yourself a good chunk of change. I mean, it went up 20%. Yeah, look, you can see it. Okay, hold on. It went up 20%. 20% right there. 20%. Would you like to make 20% in your money in 1 day? Would you be okay if you and you had no risk? Understand the reason why you had no risk, because you knew what was about to happen. You probably got in and out of that stock before you even had to wire the money. You call your broker or however you want to post a trade and say, listen, buy me 100,000 shares. And as they're processing it, you're like, well, okay, sell it. You just made 20%. You probably borrowed the money. Imagine this. Imagine if you had the ability to borrow $100,000, and you're borrowing it at 6 or 7%, and 6% or 7% is your annual. So basically, it's going to cost you a couple grand to borrow $100,000. And then you're going to buy this stock, and it's going to go up 20% in 1 day. You're making $20,000 less fees and commissions. And so you pay the $100,000 back plus the $1,000 it cost you of interest, and you made $18,000 in a day. And you just keep doing that over and over and over. But yet you get on television, oh yeah, she's a Russian asset. Well, whose asset are you? Who's telling you? Oh, that's right. You're an American asset. So that's okay. You're in this meeting. You're like, so what are your plans for doing this? Well, we're going to need 5,000 satellite phones. Okay, how many? You think you need more? 10,000? That's how the grift goes. That's exactly how it works. That's information you don't have. And she could make 20, and I just said 100,000. Imagine if she borrowed $1 million. Or if she had $1 million and said, dump it, put it in here, go up 20%, now you made $200,000, and then dump it. Walk away after commissions and fees and interest. Hey, you might walk away with 150 grand or more in one day. One day. That's how these people get so filthy stinking rich. I bet you could use $150,000 in one day. I bet you could use 10 grand in one day. And they're playing with house money. You don't think Matt Gaetz or anybody else who would be willing to look could find something wrong with that? There's a reason why Merrick Garland and none of these people ever looked at what Nancy was doing. And with her cash, with the amount she's sitting at, Nancy could have put $5 million in here. Make 20%. She'd make $1 million in one day. And nobody would ever know that anything was wrong. When you're talking numbers that big, when she's sitting on a couple $100 million cash, and she hears something in a meeting, and she just goes ahead and dumps in, $10 million. Buy up all that stuff. Get as much you can. All right, dump it tomorrow. What do we get? Oh, we're up about 20 million. Yes. So you don't get to play in that game. As George Carlin said, it's a big club, and you ain't in it. Let's continue.
Number 5.
I think at the end of the day, when they speak to President Trump, and President Trump is not shy to voice his opinions as to why he's chosen people, all of the people that he has picked from transition, all the people that he is putting in is for a purpose, a reason, and has been calculated and decided with a lot of methodical teamwork, et cetera, and they will get behind it. We need strong America First people in the administration. We cannot have people weak at the knees, and President Trump is picking every single person for the sole purpose of cleaning up a mess very quickly, because he's only got 4 years to do it, and he will do it with this team.
Methodical, strategic, strong people, but Matt Gaetz folded and ran and said, I don't want to do this. You see what I'm saying? You see about the whole Matt Gaetz thing? They're on TV telling you and listening to the words strong, methodical, he's got a plan, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and he's looking for people who aren't weak in the knees. Well, the most weak in the knees person is someone who quits. And I can tell you right now, I've read enough of his books. Trump doesn't like quitters. You could have watched The Apprentice. He doesn't like quitters. You're quitting? You're gone. You're fired. And you're telling me he sat down with Matt Gaetz and figured all this out. This is what he was going to do. Hey, Matt, well, I'm going to quit, sir. You're going to what? No. You're watching a movie. You're watching a movie. Let's continue.
Number 4.
You've said that you're not going to help with Donald Trump's aspirations to do mass deportations. I think there are a lot of people out there who are happy to hear that. What can you specifically do to stop his efforts moving forward as once he becomes president?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, as you know, it's unlawful. You can't use the military. You can't do.
Who says? Who says you can't use the military? You want to finish that sentence about using the military? And you can't use the military on citizens. You can use the military on criminals. Just wanted to clarify that.
Mass deportation. So any federal administration, you should expect states, and I think you should expect some bipartisan support, not just by the Democratic governors, is that violating the Constitution and the law. We're not going to do that. We ought to be working on making sure that violent criminals and criminal activity is stopped everywhere. There isn't a state that isn't interested, whether you're an American citizen or not. And he effectively, Trump, killed the bipartisan border.
It wasn't a bipartisan border deal. It was crap. You were still going to let in 5,000 to 6,000 people a day. It was complete crap. They had a whole bunch of money being sent across the globe. They lie for a living.
Deal. Not the first time that he's done that. We need more agents. We need more collective effort so that we're bringing border security and holding people accountable where they are. Disrupting family status and the economy, inhumane, cruel, unfair, discriminate policies that, again, are illegal on their face. We are not going to cooperate in any way in that effort.
Wait till she meets Tom Homan. Wait until these governors and mayors of these cities get to meet Tom Homan. But see, I have a different plan. My plan's a little bit different. My plan would be, let them stay. Wall it off. They get to stay. Here's an ankle bracelet. We're not going to deport them. They can't cross the state line. You own it. And you're not getting any federal money. So as long as they don't cross the state line, you want them in New Mexico, you got it. We're going to go to voter ID, so they're going to be of no use to you in that regard, and then they're going to be a burden on your financial system in your particular state. So we're going to put the ankle bracelet on them, and basically like the collar, like they have the dog, you can't go across a certain area. We're going to put the bracelet on them. Oh, that's humane, because we do that to prisoners already. They don't get a special class. Right now, if you go to jail and they release you, they can put an ankle bracelet on you. So we're going to put bracelets or ankle bracelets, whatever, and they have to stay where you are. Deal? Gavin, you got it? Keep them in California. Don't let them come out. New Mexico, you can have them. Boston, you can have them. Chicago, Illinois, you can have them. But as of today, you're getting no federal dollars. Good luck. Because I think at that point, that is checkmate. You got to keep them here, and you got to feed them and house them. We're not doing it anymore. I mean, does that sound mean? No, you said you want them, and you want to figure out. Go ahead. We're going to make it the state. You take care of them. Good luck with that.
Number 3.
Hey everyone, I'm just so disappointed that this Nancy Mace, a Republican from South Carolina, is being so rude, and I don't know.
You probably don't recognize her, so let me tell you who this is. This is former NBC News host Katie Couric, who is doing her best acting job about those people be able to use the bathroom, which I'm sure in her multi-million-dollar house, she would not want people doing exactly what she's advocating for.
Oh, just bigoted against Sarah McBride, who is a new congressperson from the state of Delaware. I know Sarah. She is the first openly transgender member of Congress, and she's an extraordinary human being. Has done a great job representing the people of Delaware and is now going to be doing it in Washington. And it just seems nasty and mean and cruel because she is the only member who is now forbidden to use the ladies' room. And it's just shitty, Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I asked Sarah if she wanted to do an interview. She hasn't gotten back to me. But I don't know.
Enough for these people. Enough with this feigned virtue signaling where you don't think about how someone else feels. Nancy Mace is a victim of assault. She doesn't want to have to think about it while she's doing her business. Because although it's this one person, what you're doing is opening the door for others. Because once you open that door, it's not like you can close it. We've seen that. We've seen the tuba you're blowing at our faces every single day about these people. I mean, how many days per week and months and year do they have to celebrate the transformerism? And so I know if I just let you in this much, you're going to kick the door open. You're sad.
People are just mean, aren't they?
Yeah.
It really makes me mad.
Oh.
That's it.
Number 2.
Elon Musk was supposed to be a vanguard of
So I got to set the stage for you here. I found this. It was posted yesterday. This guy just recently, I won't say yesterday, he recently got fired from MSNBC, which in itself is going to be fired itself. And this was right after Elon Musk bought Twitter. And his forecast for where Twitter is headed back then is now remarkable looking in hindsight.
personal freedom, a genius whose brilliance with rocket ships and electric cars would bring Twitter to space-age greatness. Instead, the microblogging platform that once enabled regular people to speak truth to power, the very powerful networking and organizing tool that helped to herald in the Arab Spring and the summer of racial justice protests, that social media network that made the world a little smaller is now on the brink of collapse, technologically, economically, and culturally.
Number 1.
It's on the verge of collapse. Remember when Elon bought Twitter, he fired like 3/4 of the staff, and people were like, oh my God, it's going to collapse. Advertisers don't want you. And now it's thriving. And even if it didn't make a single dime, it cost him $44 billion. He's worth $315. It cost him a little bit of around 15% of his net worth. 15%. If it didn't work, that's one hell of a write-off. These people, that in and of itself tells you how bad the media doesn't understand anything. But this, the number one cut of my new top 10s at the end of the day, this is perfect. You guys know that Sonny Hostage from The Spew had to go out and give a mea culpa about Matt Gaetz and had to read her hostage video and say she was wrong. Well, guess what? She had to do it again.
Oh, sorry. I have a legal note. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations and has not been charged with any crime. Gaetz previously dismissed allegations that he paid for sex, saying that, quote, someone is trying to recategorize my generosity to ex-girlfriends as something more untoward. Another legal note, Pete Hegseth's lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. He has denied any wrongdoing.
Just call the show Legal Note from now on.
Or really long music. We'll be right.
So you have to keep doing these disclaimers because ABC, I mean, the Disney lawyers are like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And now the ladies of The View, The Spew, are making light of it. Oh, look, why don't we just call the show Legal Notes? Or you could just not say stupid shit. I mean, it's pretty simple. You don't have to change the name of the show. Just stop saying stupid stuff and you won't have to worry about it. That's all you'd have to do. But I got a bonus. Since it's the first time I've done it this way with these 10 stories to end the show, I have a bonus one for you. And it's probably by one of the best actors you've ever seen.
It's disgusting, and everybody, no matter how you feel on this issue, should reject it completely. What are they doing? They're doing this so that Nancy Mace can make a buck and send a text and fundraise off an email. They're not doing this to protect people. They're endangering women. They're endangering girls of all kinds, and everybody should reject it. It's gross. Thank you.
Thank you. It's gross. Hey, AOC, I got a question. You're standing in front of a whole bunch of reporters there, and not one of them asked a question. How is it endangering women? She just said it's endangering women. By not having the schlong in the woman's bathroom, how is it endangering women? Y'all can answer that one. You tell me. Being able to pee in private, being able to wash your hands without looking over and seeing the schlong, how is it endangering the woman? That's why she just had to walk off. They told her, go out there, say what you got to say, do what you got to do. Enough is enough. We got to stop this stuff. We got to let the Transformers in the bathroom. By the way, just as a closing note, do you know each one of them have their own bathrooms in each one of their offices? They never, ever have to use the public bathroom. What are we talking about? They forget and they leave that out. It made it an issue where there was no issue. Do you have a bathroom in your office? Yes. A private bathroom in your office? Yes. What the hell are we talking about? What are we talking about? Well, if I'm upstairs or in the cafeteria or something, I should be able... No. You want to play cosplay, go do it in your own bathroom. I'm done. All right. Endangered woman in the men's bathroom. Oh boy, the girl bathroom is frightening. Oh man, girls of all kinds. What the hell does that mean? That's a good one. There's only one kind. No, you can't make this stuff up. Oh my God. If you have one, you're not a chick. Why can't we just let women have their space? I don't know, man. I don't need to. I've been at football games and concerts. When you go to and it's just this long line and you're like, maybe if I just duck in here real quick. It's an emergency status. It doesn't seem like to be a long line. In fact, there doesn't seem to be anybody sitting here. Maybe if I just duck in. And full disclosure, when I was working in nightclubs, bouncing back in the day, there were times I'd look at the line at the guy's bathroom and the line at the girl's bathroom, and I might have snuck in. I might tell you that. But I was young and dumb. All right, I was stupid, and I've learned my lesson. I'm not looking to do that anymore. Why are these people trying to push it the other way? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, this is too much fun. This is too much fun getting together with you people. It's crazy. You've been in a woman's bathroom at a stadium. It's disgusting. I'll tell you, the one time it happened, it just blew my entire perception. The fantasy just went away. It went away real quick. You think you're going to go in there and it's going to be flowers and unicorns and it's a woman's bathroom. And you're like, oh man, y'all as bad as some of the guys I know. I mean, I've been in a fraternity house. I've seen some crazy stuff and I'm like, damn. I thought it would just be all smelly, nicey, and everything would be fine. And I'm watching craziness. I never knew a woman could hover. That's where I learned about hovering. I remember, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Just not going to go there. Ooh, somebody said that Rachel Maddow had her salary cut by $5 million. Oh, my goodness. That's too much. Men's rooms have sinks in case you... Oh, that's gross, bro. Yeah, women's bathroom, toilet paper everywhere. And it's so bad because, once you try to get out, it's all stuck to your feet, and you're trying to pull this stuff off of you. It's like a snake. You're like, oh my goodness, get this stuff off of me. Oh man, you guys are so nice. It's so funny. All right, so let's get to the super chats and then get you guys out of here because then I got to go walk the dog. I got to kiss the wife, eat, and come back here for 7:30. From Claire Butterfield, hypocrites. Yep, they are. Ken Romalino, I read that the 2 ambulances were a test and part of JD Vance's motorcade and DJT is fine. Yes, I heard the same. Paddlefoot, all for a new law. Congress should not be able to trade stock while serving. Nope. That should be something. They should definitely do that. No, you can't make no trades. Larry, 1754, what a genius move. Resign his 118th Congress seat, then jump right back in the 119th. That, I didn't know that's what it was, and it was made all the sense in the world. I don't think men would appreciate women checking them out at the urinals and making comparisons public. Especially the white dudes from Harris. I couldn't help it. Oh boy. Barry, thank you for the bathroom story. After the ambulance report, I needed to laugh. I'm 76 years old. Tommy the guitarist, Radcliffe. Did I miss it, Barry? I hope you were able to use it. No, I didn't have a chance to cut it. It's coming now. Tommy shredded it. I got to use that. Very, God is in charge, not man. Yep, absolutely. Penny Corder, Trump does nothing by accident. You are so right. It is nothing by accident. His words are picked very, very closely. Ruth McCurdy. They did that scare to find out where people go for news. I went to X while watching it. That is so true. That by the time the news picked up on it, it was over. I mean, you saw something happen and get resolved in less than 30 minutes, and they hadn't even set the news crew up, and the girl hasn't put her makeup on or nothing, and it's over. They completely missed it. Hello, Peter Cruz. Thank you. Nikki Esselman. When I saw breaking news about Trump, I called my BFF and we prayed over President Trump and his family. Yes, absolutely. The Quantum Shaman. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trump has divine protection. Am I wrong saying a House shadow government would be an insurrection coup? No, you're not wrong at all. Julie Crack, J.D. Vance is in Kansas City. Why would his motorcade be in Mar-a-Lago? Is he? Anybody confirm that? Is he in Kansas City? Good question. Maybe it was somebody else. JD, another knucklehead. Tip jar. What they need ambulance for? Is that standard operating procedure? I don't know. But Carolyn Levitt said everything's okay now. Uza breath and out, Barry. USA. I heard a case of Jack Daniels from a case of Jack Daniels. Yes, Heath, it says he's okay. That's what they're telling us now. Right? Absolutely. Heath again. Andrew Feinberg says he's fine after he was the one who launched the scare. Cassandra from Pequin Fine Arts. Barry Benny is at MAL today. Really? Then he should have a scoop and a half in a little while. Eric Darty just tweeted 2 ambulances with secret. Yeah, we talked about that. From Jay Smith, Congress gets sworn in on the 3rd, not the 20th. Okay, so he'll be back in there if he wants it. Because I've heard nothing down here about a different election. In my opinion, the next AG should be Governor DeSantis or AG Paxton. I could see Paxton. I could definitely see Paxton. Ashley David, maybe they just want everyone in the deep state to get comfortable before we really strike. Possible, very possible. Sounds like the Republicans are finally playing together as a team, except for those 4 idiots. It's amazing, but it took a great leader to make a break in the enemy line to make this happen. Absolutely. Nicholas Lamonicus, as always, Trump has a plan. Yep, I believe that. Sandra Thompson, you voted for Trump. Now you challenge if he can do it. Relax, Trump will not be tricked again. I firmly believe that. That's why I was saying, something just doesn't make sense. Starshine, the Quantum Shaman, Kash Patel, DOJ, Matt Gaetz, FBI. Interesting. Latia, thank you very much. Latia again. I think in his resignation letter he stated, nor will he sit for the 119th Senate. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I wonder if it's posted somewhere. Would love to see it. Alina Hanna for Attorney General. That would blow their mind of strong women. Yeah, she's a firebrand as well. Eric Smith, Barry, President Trump is using game theory, the art of war. The rhinos and Dems took the bait. You may be right. Something happened. We don't know what he did, but the whole thing with Matt Gaetz just doesn't make any sense. Classic want puppy, first asked for snake. That was from Sharon. Oh, L. Green from Canada, by the way. Senate becomes Republican control on January 3rd. Don't need JD unless they anticipated a tie. Absolutely. So, which is what I'm saying. Why would they go through the hearings now? Doesn't make any sense. I didn't understand that from the beginning. Why would you be going through a hearing? Why would you let them even begin hearings until you take control? Dave the Patriot, don't forget Trump could still be 48th instead. Yeah, if they do something funky. L. Green, thank you. Let's see here. Heart Say 84, exposing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Very cool. Yes, he did. And R. Heath, maybe DeSantis will make him a senator. All right, so just so you know, if you didn't see, DeSantis said he is not going to name Matt Gaetz to a Senate seat. He said that very quickly. K. Thomas, Barry, perhaps this was a trap to get the traitors exposed. Susan worried about the background checks, but they allowed Mendez to still vote. Exactly. She's a huge, huge rhino. She might as well just change parties right now. Latia, I think Trump will wait to name another nominee. When you are strong, appear weak to your enemy. Oh, somebody has read Sun Tzu. Somebody has read Sun Tzu. Demon of Cybertron, Trump said nobody will sleep. Nessun Dorma. Keep these people running. I love that idea. Fishers of Men, hope you have some answers to us today because there are so many questions. Lots of questions. Lynn Geldmeyer, who got the Gates? I don't know. I can't answer that. And Dewey Torres, why has nobody suggested Ken Paxton? Yeah, there's a lot of talk out there about Ken Paxton. A lot. A whole lot. And Dave the Patriot says, let's go. I think that's everyone. I don't think I missed. Yeah. Oh, Drew says, how about America's mayor for AAG? I don't know if Rudy would be good. I mean, he might be too old at this point. I'm not sure. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. My dog's going to start barking here in a second because it's dinner time for the doggies. So I'm going to play my outro, and I'll see you 6 o'clock. I'll see if I can make it at 7:30. Thank you.
Thank you.